triplets on WZYE 95.9 FM.
Hello,
Happy
good
New Year.
evening. Happy New Year. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
we hear you
Priscilla.
loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Long time no see.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
We're gonna
Thank you
have
all so much for inviting me on.
yeah, I know Tommy had tried his best to get you previously, but the schedule and everything else didn't allow us to in order for you to come into the village with us. But Project Love, I mean that sounds like something real good, but Project Love, what type of love are we sharing here? Introduce yourself and tell us what is
Yes,
Project
good
Love is all about.
evening. Happy New Year. I'm so happy to be a part of the family. This is my second appearance. And Project Love Global is a nonprofit I created. I'm here in Pennsylvania. And Project Love Global is designed to help people back home in Trinidad, mainly children in need. And we focus a lot on Christmas and collecting presents, and throughout the year, just, providing lunches and making sure the people back home feel the love from Project Love.
Wow, wow. How long have you guys been in existence?
We've been in existence for about 3 years now, but our official nonprofit status happened in February of last year. So we're so blessed that our vision keeps building and going.
So how did you guys come to Project Love? What was the initial stage in order for you to come to Project Love? What something happened? What triggered you or whoever in order for you to come to Project Love?
Absolutely. So I don't know if I said my name, Priscilla Ramcharan, and I
Okay.
attended boarding school in Farmington, Connecticut, Miss Porter's school.
Wow,
So
boarding
one
school.
day,
Stop, stop. Wait a minute. What boarding school you went to? No, because
Miss
some people
Porter's school.
say that again.
Miss Porter's school.
How far is that from Kent School? The Kent School?
Oh, I used to go to Kent School for games and parties, so maybe about an
Oh,
hour.
wow, wow. No, it's interesting. It's interesting because my son was gonna go to the South Kent,
Oh,
right?
I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
some friends out there.
Right.
That's awesome. It's
So
a
when you say
small world. That's what I
small
say.
world, yeah, when you say boarding school, my son had a scholarship to go to South Kent, right?
Okay.
And it's an all boys school.
Yes.
And the principal, he asked the principal, I remember my son said this. He says, "Where are the ladies?" 18 years old.
They were at Miss Porter's because that's the all girls.
The principal said, "Well, we do some type of things with Kent School because I
Uh-huh.
think Kent was co-ed, and Kent was one of those bigger boarding schools in Connecticut. I mean, expensive, but one of the bigger
Oh, yes.
boarding schools in Connecticut. But it's just interesting. So since you say boarding school, and my son actually went to the Hill boarding school in Pennsylvania.
Oh, I have some friends out here too at the Hill School.
Oh
I want
wow!
I won a scholarship from a program in Newark called the White Foundation. I
Oh
attended Mount Vernon School in Ivy Hill.
yes, I know that school very well, and Tommy will know it
Hmm.
too. Yes,
My kids went there. My two children went there.
Yes.
yes, I know that. That's right across from
Small
Seton
world.
Hall, right across from the back of Seton Hall.
We had
That's
our
right.
prom at Seton Hall.
Wow, wow.
Yeah, so the program that gave me the scholarship to boarding school, I went to Miss Porter's school. And one day they said, let's do a day of service. So if there's something you're interested in doing for service. And for me, I always, always wanted to help children back home, because me having the opportunity to experience the American education system on a boarding school level,
Right.
where you're college preparatory, you have clubs, you have all these amazing things happening in your community, you want to share it with the students back home. So I said, well, all right, let's do one day of making cards for orphans. And from that one day, we started snowballing into, people wanting to collaborate. How can we do more? How can we expand? And from that one day, I said, you know what? We are so blessed. And my two children, we homeschool. So it was also a way to teach them gratitude and how to give back to the community. So they're also my number one team, my husband too. Everything just started snowballing from that one day of service with Miss Porter's.
You know, it's very interesting because I also started the Laventille to Wall Street Scholarship Foundation in Trinidad because
Oh,
I grew up
what's
in
that?
Laventille, you know, and it's the same type of thing. You know, we have different initiatives, you know, throughout the year, just to give back. Because I went to school on a track and field scholarship, you know, and I know what,
Congratulations.
yeah, and I know what it's like to go to school for free. So I'm trying to get some of those kids in Trinidad, right, to have those opportunities that I had, you know, in order for them to experience, you know, going to college and getting a degree, and might be the first one in their family to get a college degree. So, you know, I mean, this is something, you know, really fantastic. And I love the name, Project Love. You know, I really love the name, you know.
Absolutely. So you and I have lots to talk about. I'm all about exploring the bigger picture, even if it means giving a scholarship to a student on the island to come out here and study and pursue their dreams. Or one of my biggest dreams, I'll tell you, is to have a boarding school on the island.
Oh
But
wow,
I
wow!
know
Listen,
it's
listen, listen. You just don't know because my daughter and
Mhm.
and it's like my daughter went to Pingree. Pingree is
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
right.
I just can't wait to talk to you off screen.
So yeah, so my daughter went to Pingree, and I used to say to myself, boy, wouldn't
Mm,
it be nice if we have like a Pingree in Trinidad and Tobago, where these
yes,
kids go to the best of the best. Some of these kids go to the best of the best schools in the country.
yes,
It's like it's just unbelievable because it's not just about education there alone, but they have very good in sports too as well. You know,
yes.
they have a lot of plays. You know, my daughter was involved in a lot of plays and did a lot of things. There's just so much going on. So I think we have so much in common. You can see I perk up when we started talking
Me
that
too.
was, you know, it was
Absolutely. I do believe anything is possible. Right now is just the matter of getting the location. You
Mhm.
know, I believe in the law of attraction as well,
Wow,
and
I
what
do
it
too.
is.
I
Oh,
do.
good.
I do.
That you vision and you're unconditionally loving what it is that you're doing, everything will come.
Yep. No, the law of attraction is the one. Is it by Laura Burns? Is it by um? There's so
Rhonda.
Rhonda Burns. There we go. There we go. There we go. Thank you. There you go.
Yes.
You know, yeah. I actually back then I
Hmm.
bought that CD with everything
Oh,
to do with the law of attraction. I mean, I might still have it in here in the house somewhere, you know, but I do believe in that too as well. So I mean, listen, I could see by
like attracts like.
yes, I could see by the Project Love, I could see that just from that word, those two words alone shows that you know your organization is trying its best, you know, to help. What parts of Trinidad were you from?
So I'm originally from Vista Bella, San Fernando,
Oh, okay.
and I
Oh,
came up here when I was 3. And recently I put out my Project Love, what we did for Christmas this year. And sadly, we lost my papa, who came to this country with 10 cents in his pocket,
mm, mm,
brought us here, his grandchildren, his 3 grandchildren, and he was an entrepreneur. He woke up before the sun rose. He came home when it was dark in New York City, and he went back home. And one thing that he taught us is to celebrate life, celebrate,
mm,
you know, everything that it is. He was always having fun and always happy. And when he passed, like I was sad, of course, but every time I think about him, I always think about him with music, love. Even in New York, we always felt wrapped in the Trinidadian culture, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So I always want to make sure that children feel loved. I believe in comfort and luxury for everybody. And if I can provide that, being this little Trini girl coming to the United States and, just having these opportunities put in front of me, angels that believed in me, I believe in everybody else as well and their success. So I recently published a book called Globalization of Hearts,
Mm.
and it's based on George Rampersad, who is a steel pan player out
Oh,
in
he's excellent. He's excellent.
Denmark. Yes,
He's excellent.
he's amazing.
Very
And
good.
what our thoughts was, you leave the island, but your heart is always home, no matter where you are. So look out for Globalization of Hearts.
Oh, thank you. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So, do you work with different organizations in Trinidad, or you just, have people on the ground there that you work with, when you're gonna do these activities?
Yes, for sure. And again, with that law of attraction, the team came to me.
Okay.
So recently, I partnered with Royal Castle TT. And you
Oh,
see the Trini accent comes out when you
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
yeah.
Trinidad.
Nice.
So we provided 50 lunch boxes at the home for the socially displaced. So these are people who are unemployed. We
Okay.
provided Christmas lunch for them,
Mhm.
and it was delivered by South Market TT. Have you heard of South Market TT?
No, no, I don't know.
Thank you, Lana. South Market TT, they have huge markets where entrepreneurs, small businesses can come out, set up their table, sell their products. And I'm a firm believer in supporting small businesses. So they delivered for me
Mm-hmm.
out there. And yeah, the partners just come through. We have Baker Joe, she'll bake Project Love cupcakes, Wishbone Restaurant. They'll prepare any lunch boxes and deliver anytime for us.
Wow, wow. This is really, really, really fantabulous, so to speak. And the thing about it is that I just hear you saying that there are many of us who come out to this country and we are still very patriotic, to the land of Trinidad and Tobago, and we want to give back as much as possible, because there's a quote that says you make a life by what you give rather than what you receive, and
Amen. Hmm.
it's just a pleasure, really having this type of discussion to know that, we came here, some of us did very well, and we always thinking about our homeland of Trinidad and Tobago and willing to do things to give back to, Trinidad and Tobago. Lana says Project Love's global blessing to you and all your helpers. She
Thank you,
said,
Lana.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
My
Nadia,
grandfather who passed, his surname is Boodoo, so I wonder.
oh, Lana, you might have family. Lana, you have family, Yeah,
For
I mean,
sure.
it is, it is. Tommy, you have anything you want to say, Tommy, since you brought this
Yeah, well,
the first
yeah,
young lady?
I thought you so far you did a great job with your questioning,
Mm.
but for the most part, um, oh my goodness,
Tommy,
I
how
kind
did
of
you meet? How did you meet her, Tommy? How did you meet her?
through the commission.
Oh, through the commission. Okay.
I reached out to him. Like I said, law of attraction. You point and you get what you asked for. So I reached out to find out how can I get involved in the community?
Mm.
And he responded, and that was history in the making. So I was really blessed to get a response. Sometimes you reach out to people and it's so hard to get connections sometimes. But
Uh,
I'm so blessed that you all reached out to me.
Now you started a new foundation. Tell us about it. Uh, did am I correct in this question?
The West Indian Women Network.
Yes, yes. Tell us about it. Let's hear about it.
So I'm also the founder of the West Indian Women Network, which I created, and it's not exclusive to women. We welcome everybody into the West Indian Women Network. Share what you're doing around the world. We can network, help each other, support each other. There's the Facebook page, just West Indian Women Network, and we spotlight, all of our achievers. A lot of times we're out here in the world and we're not recognized because, we kind of just try to fit in and go with the flow. But Trinidadian people are doing amazing things around the world, and I
Correct.
want to know. I mean,
Correct.
we might just be, a little nosy, but we
Yeah.
want to know what people are doing, how we can connect each other and support each other. So, we're actually invited to appear in the St. Patty's Day Parade in West Orange in March. So we're putting together a group and going out with our flags and just representing for the West Indies. Um, and I think it's the 17th of March, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I've participated in that.
Oh, good.
Priscilla, is
Yes.
there is there a website for that new initiative?
Yes, I sent it over to Miss Diana because I wasn't sure if I could put anything in the chat.
We could put it in the chat.
Honestly, see, just it says private chat. So I don't know if anybody's going to see it, but I'll put it here. So you
Yeah.
can email me at projectlovetrinidad
Mm.
at gmail.com just to find out any more information. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And all of the proceeds for our book, Globalization of Heart, goes towards our Christmas initiative because we really, really want to have a big Christmas celebration for those children who just really, I want to wrap them all in love and let them know that, what, somebody does care about you. Somebody wants to see you succeed, and that's us. So you can, message me anytime. We can figure it out. And um, at the moment, we're collecting for presents for this Christmas. And we're also collecting just for our, Valentine's Day. We'll provide lunch boxes, Christmas in July, Thanksgiving. If anybody has items for moms and children on the island, that would be so helpful. They can actually drop it off at the South Market office or at any of the markets that they have, usually at Napa or Sapa. And just get in touch with me. I'll definitely let you know what is needed. But the most important part is, what you said about this boarding school. That's my dream come true. So if that would be possible, it would be
Yeah, we talk about that. That I because
okay, good.
my son experienced boarding school, and I would like kids in Trinidad to experience what it's like to go to a boarding school. You know, it's different, but it's a great experience. It's an
It's
experience.
a whole world,
Yeah.
right? Um, That is so wonderful. So yes, definitely let me know whatever it is, how you want to move forward. The boarding school, in my mind, would be, more focused on happiness and following your passion and following what it is that you love, creating your own world. So I teach English internationally, ESL,
Mm.
on the computer virtually. And I also teach for the same scholarship program that sent me to Miss Porter's school. So,
Wow.
as a teacher, yeah, I understand that everybody has different needs, different learning styles, and we do have the tools to put, the opportunity in their hands. So, if I can do that, I say, why not?
Miss
Yeah.
Ogie still run that foundation?
Miss Argis, yes, that's my angel. She's still with us, and I speak to her every day. She absolutely believes in reaching back and helping communities in every which way. Since I was 12 years old, Miss Auguste has put opportunity in my hand, and she always taught me to look back, reach back. We all came from this little island. And
Mm,
here we are, passionate about helping, passionate about education, passionate about building the future.
mm.
So, yes,
You
forgive
know,
me.
yeah, so Akira says, is this live or is this recorded? Akira, this is live, live, live on the, you getting it live and direct. You know,
Live and
it's
direct.
live and direct. It's funny that you say that, right? At the beginning of this semester in my class, there were sometimes that I do a little something with reaching back. You know, I put a pail in the front of the glass and I give each person a page, right? And I tell them to ball it up and try to toss it into the can, right? And the people that are in front of the class just toss it into the can and they were like, poop, and they were happy. And you see the
Mhm.
people all the way in the back trying to like, jump, and they're missing. Oh my God, I missed, and I missed. And I said, does anybody tell me what I'm trying to, what is my idea here? Nobody couldn't tell me what the idea was, but the idea was to that the people in the front should help the people in the back, bring them along so they could come to the front. For example, just bring them and say, you could come sit with me. And if you come sit with me, then you can easily toss your paper into the garbage pail. So
Yes,
that you also to bring people along with you. So
yes.
I hear you full 100, full 100.
Nice. And I also believe in being that role model that you needed
Mhm.
back then.
Yeah.
That person to really help you out and, you're feeling lost about the future, what's happening. Yes, be that person to say, come sit with me. Let me show you what I'm doing, how I can take you to the next level for sure.
Yeah.
Priscilla,
Yes.
how are you doing?
Yes,
I know.
my darling.
How are you doing? You had reached out to me for guidance to steer you toward costumes.
Yes.
Were you successful in the avenue I sent you?
Yes and no.
Oh.
So we're thinking about the simplest way to organize for the parade, to have the costumes, very easy and comfortable to wear. So
Mhm.
I'm still looking out for any carnival related, West Indian women related costumes for the parade to make us stand out, of course. Caribbean women, we like to
Mhm.
stand out.
Okay.
Okay,
So
I'm gonna link you up with Charlene.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
Charlie Romano, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
There
right.
you go.
So you
Right
see, there, in good
Charlie
hands
Romano.
now.
Yeah. Charlie will take care of that. Yeah.
Yes, and let me just say on the other side, I'm an entrepreneur. I believe in multiple streams of income. And if anybody in these times need guidance in any way, my network is very huge. So if anyone is looking for maybe, some kind of work or they want to volunteer or any type of opportunity that you may be looking for, I may be able to just connect you to the right person.
Oh, there we
And
go.
also too, how's the
Mhm.
reading coming along?
The
Reading per Adua, or you didn't get it yet?
I was thinking about that today. So that's on the agenda. Right now, I'm reading Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. I
Oh,
just,
I thought you were reading per Adua ad Astra.
no,
Not yet? Okay.
not yet. It's on the agenda. And I just finished reading the Will Smith book. And if anybody hasn't read the Will Smith book, growing up in Newark, that was my introduction to American slang, Will Smith.
Oh, so you choose Will Smith that punch Chris Rock out over me. Okay. Priscilla,
Mine is
that's
that
love.
I'm trying
Love.
to get your book in the library. What I'm doing is creating a Caribbean section in our library. So I'm hoping to get our books in the library. But Will Smith went to Trinidad and he said that Trinidadian children are
Mm.
baked to perfection by the
Oh,
sun.
oh.
Trinidadian children are the most beautiful children he's ever seen in the book. I just thought I had to put that out there. But yes, We
And
give
and you're
community
cuter.
service.
You're cuter when you mix with a little Bajan. Go ahead.
You're making me forget what I was gonna say. But it is always a pleasure, and I really want our community, anything I can do for you all, any connections that I can help with, any projects that I can collaborate with you all on. That is really what lights the fire within me, is to connect people and grow and share and expand and always, have fun. Life is short.
Correct is right. Correct is
It's
right. Life is short, and
very,
I mean,
very true.
yeah, this is very stimulating, and you can see we have quite a bit in common and quite a bit of things that we can actually do together, in
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago to improve the lives of many of the less fortunate in Trinidad and Tobago, which is something that, we are very passionate about here, in the village. And, we're gonna get together and do some things, I mean, I would like to get that first kid from Trinidad to get a scholarship to go to a boarding school.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right now,
I,
that's what I was actually doing this whole
yeah.
entire winter period,
Mm.
filling out boarding school applications, helping applicants to write that essay and, do the SSAT prep,
Yeah,
etc. So I
yeah,
have
yeah.
the experience. I know exactly what it is.
You know,
And
something. And we're gonna close with this, right? At one time I wanted to get a building in Trinidad, the Laventille Wall Street Empowerment Center, where kids could get free SAT classes, free ACT classes,
that would be
and
lovely.
yeah, teach them, entrepreneurial skills. So we could eventually get these kids getting academic scholarships, because they're doing well on the ACT, doing well on the SAT,
Hmm.
but I know that it's going to happen at some point in time. So I'm
Yes.
keeping faith,
Yes. So please take my contact information, projectlovetrinidad@gmail.com. Get in touch with me. Let's see what we could do. Sometimes in the back of our head, we doubt, are these dreams and goals so big that it can't be achieved? But I believe that when you have, like I said, the law of attraction, the right team, you've attracted like minded people, everything is possible.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Agree.
indeed. And one more last quote: the road to success is always under construction. So,
Mhm.
you know, and what I
yeah.
also say that, something that I always use, I'm putting this in the chat, Project Love, Facebook me / Project Love 19. That's in the chat. I always say too, um, growing up in Laventille, I always say to myself, your circumstances may determine who you are, but you are responsible for who you become. And
Amen.
another one that I've gone through my life living is hard work beats talent when talent does not work hard. Because I mean, being that I'm a runner, I may not be the most talented person, but I think my talent is hard work. That no one can outwork me, in track and field. So I
Oh,
mean, this was a really, really, really a pleasure, and we're gonna stay in contact.
yes.
And I want to thank Tommy, for
Yes,
putting
Tommy
me
Yes,
on,
and
indeed.
Diana,
I
because
have
my
one
sweetheart.
quote, one quote before we leave. I always
Mm.
say that there are no elevators to success, only steps.
Oh, yes, for sure. But I was
absolutely.
going to say we are our only competition because we are one of a kind. There's no one that can duplicate us.
That's right. We originate in the village. That's right.
You already know. So I'm going to buy your books tomorrow, okay?
Mm. I thought you already bought it. My bad.
No.
She was supposed to donate it, right?
Yes.
You know how many
So
copies I donated already?
I have your certificate for you all from Project Love for having us on. Thank you so much. And I do have a free gift for everyone. If they go to my website, they should be able to download Mindset to Self Love. It's a book that I wrote, and it just teaches you how to really love yourself first. Because if
Oh,
you,
important, important,
you
very important.
cannot be 100% you without being whole. And so that's
Amen.
something that I preach. Yes, you know,
But,
already
but,
know that.
but you know something
Amen.
though. But you know something though.
Uh-huh.
Some people say that if you love yourself, they take that loving yourself as being egotistical. You know, is that you got a big ego. I-
But then guess what?
Mm.
Maybe you'll encourage them to level up and
There we go.
to their self-love, right?
There we go.
Why is she so happy? Why is he so happy? Well, guess what? She's coming to you, he's coming to you whole and complete and full of love.
Mhm.
There we go. There we go.
Yes. I love you all so much. Thank you for this opportunity. I never
Yeah.
thought.
So, any closing words before you go? Any closing words?
Yes, everyone is 2023. It is time to free yourself and live your dreams.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank
Thank
you
you so much.
too.
Thank
I'll
you.
be in touch.
Take care.
Okay.
All
Take
right. Bye
care.
bye.
Bye
Bye
bye.
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 There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
That's love.
Yeah, 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 yeah. She just it's just even her persona.
She radiates.
Yeah, 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 yeah. She has that persona, and the good thing about it is that it's interesting, right? I think that boarding school, it's something that I mean, y- you know, it's an experience. I would like to see at least 5 to 10 kids out of Trinidad and Tobago have that experience to go to boarding school on a full scholarship.
You know, I was looking at a post recently where I'm trying to remember the brother's name, was talking about the reason why he wants the students that he's going to develop to be in his school as a boarding school. He says when they leave the school environment for the day and they go back home, they slip, they they, they slip backwards. He says you can keep he say if you're building them up, you got to keep them once you finish teaching them the academics. They got to stay in an environment where you can preserve what you're teaching. I'm trying to remember the brother's name. Um, Diana, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about.
Really?
Very positive brother.
Yeah, yeah. No, we have some splendiferous ideas that we wanna in 2023. I mean, just looking at some of the things that this young lady is doing, with respect to Project Love Trinidad and Tobago. You know, there's so much you can do, and it's funny, right? That once she says boarding school, that there is many scholarships too, especially in this country, for kids to go to boarding school because they want boarding school to be a little more diversified. You know, boarding schools are not. You don't find a lot of us in boarding schools.
Mm.
Because it's expensive. It's very expensive. And but there's a lot of scholarship for kids to go to boarding school. And that's a good avenue for other people in Trinidad and Tobago as well. In order to continue on, and you can play sports there too. You know, which is also important. So, I mean, so that kind of got us away from all the politics of what's going on in Trinidad